and we seem to be streaming. So let's say hi. Welcome everybody, all our listeners all over the world, as you may or may not be watching us live. You might have tuned in specifically for this final chapter where we witness the horrible death of my co-host Dave. My co-host Dave's character. Hold on, what's going on here? We okay on Zoom? Yeah, fine.
Am I allowed to stop holding my breath now then?
No, you got to hold your breath until you are rescued. I had a bit of a problem. Give me a moment.
Houston, we have a problem.
Somebody explain what happened last week, please, while I sort this out.
We had a big fight.
God, I knew what to do that.
Yeah. Well, we started. I'm trying to think where we started off. Did we start off at the?
We just killed
We just killed
beast in
the
the
beast, yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then we went forward a bit more, and
We went. Showed us this access tunnel that we were able to float down.
oh yes, yeah,
Which brought us right outside the compound where we were looking for the Zelosians in their cellar bat cave kind of thing. And then we went in there and
attacked them.
Yeah.
Had a fight, which didn't go that badly until
It went pretty well.
Not too bad.
Actually.
Yeah.
until somebody set off those explosive charges and blew the windows out, thereby explosively decompressing the area.
yeah, right next, and there were a couple of people who were right next to the decompressed area at the time.
But
Maybe those
One in particular, I think.
Yes.
everybody but me managed to hang on to something.
Yes.
It was
And
planned from the start, to be fair.
so we are going to join this right in the action. Dave has already rolled some dice, so he and I know exactly how long the rest of you have got. But we're not going to reveal that. And I'm going to allow Dave at least for a couple of rounds to do some actions. What I would like, I think, for this moment, I'd like to move into initiative. I know it's not combat, but I'd like just to get everybody turn order. So if you would all like to roll a d6 and tell me where you are on that.
I got a 6.
I got a 6 as well.
Awesome.
I have a 5.
I have
a 3.
I have a 3 also.
But I'm happy to swap my initiative with someone who's on 3, because frankly, other than changing my underwear, there's not a lot I can do right now. I think.
Who would I think is the most dexterous out of Kerif and
Got to be Kerif.
Neil?
Yeah.
It's got to be Kerif, I reckon.
I'm just going to rename
Would
myself
that
on
be-
thing.
Yeah, that's seven
Oh, yeah.
7 dice in all.
So
So-
Phil, you got 6.
I did.
Neil, you got
I got
6.
6, so it's close. But
I
did, yeah.
Nicholas,
3.
3. Tony,
3.
3. And Dave
5.
has got 5. But you can't, of course, swap your initiative with anybody because you
Can I
can't
not?
roll with
Okay.
anybody.
I've got a communicator.
Okay.
I'm going to command you to not die. You can have some additional dice.
So with each of these things, there are 3 actions per round that we can take. We're going to do this for a number of rounds. I might slightly relax after that number of rounds for reasons that Dave and I know about that don't mean that he's dead. But we need to do it.
What if he dies?
Beforehand.
Mm.
So Phil or Neil, which of you has got the highest physical
Agility.
agility?
Agility? My agility is 3.
And you got 4, Neil. Right, so you go first, Neil.
okay.
Do you
So
remember where you all were?
no, not
Do you want
exactly.
to flash the map up again, Matt?
I will share the screen then.
And because I missed my grab, am I basically flying out with all the air?
Yes, you have
Right, okay.
simply been sucked out into the blackness of space.
Okay.
So that doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound good.
I will say that you are, I mean, you can't control this. I will roll a dice to see if you do it, but you can see a black shape looming up that you didn't necessarily expect to see, blotting out some of the stars.
So
But this is where we are. You are kind of over here looking at this
Yeah.
explosive device and wondering about deconnecting it, but not in time. So you've gone out here. I
so
believe
is the whole, what would they say, 14, the whole of that structure gone?
well, there was a. This is the door, effectively, but there are emergency doors that you can wind down. And in fact, I was about to say, Nicholas, you're by 16, which is the other charge that went off, but there is also here a control panel. You need to get a technology roll to close those doors. Dave, though, is out here somewhere.
Yeah, okay. So close them
So
fast.
you won't trap him in there. Out, no matter how quickly you move. Neil, I can't remember exactly where you were, but I think you were over
Yeah,
here with the
I
other
think that's
prisoners.
right. Yeah.
And there was somebody.
Yeah, I was over there. I'm pretty sure I was looking at the stasis beds.
I think I was over there by the drop pods as well. I think. if
Yeah, I
remember
think you were
rightly.
about to do
Stasis beds, were they?
a data roll, a data gen roll, or had you done one?
I don't think I had got as far as doing one.
Yes. Okay, so so you're here, Neil, and it's your turn.
Okay. So
There is, you can breathe. There is
yeah.
air gushing out of the.
Is the door on the opposite side, on the left side, as we're looking at it, open?
This side here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there kind of air coming? Have we just got the air that's in the area we're in, or is there air kind of, if that door's open, is there kind of air coming in from that corridor as well?
You opened that, didn't you? And I
Yeah.
don't. And you did it. Not normally. So
I did it
think
with
it's,
my technology skill, didn't I? When I set off the
yeah.
like the steam.
So I don't think it's closed automatically. I mean, it may well close at some point as emergency procedures take place, but at this instant, it is still open. There is air rushing out of the corridor here into this room. So at the moment, you're not going to find yourself suddenly airless. So Neil, what do you want to do?
Okay. So Karif is by 16 on the map. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Roughly? Yeah.
At the top,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So
He
I'm pointing-
moved. He was
pointing
with
mostly.
you, and at the point where everybody had a chance of hanging on or moving, Karif took the opportunity to move over here.
And he's on near there is a control panel for the doors.
Yes.
Is that what you say? Okay. Have you got technology, Karif?
Yep, but only a 1.
Ah, okay. Me too. Well, that's going to be priority, I think. So am I close enough to make it over there?
You will, if you want to move, you'll have to do the same thing you did last time, which is I can't remember.
Mobility or dexterity.
Yeah, but there was a negative for it as well. Oh yeah, I remember. It's bloody out here somewhere.
I think it was -2 was the negative.
It was
that we all
minus
had
2
for those rolls.
Yeah.
If that's what you're thinking of.
If you want to move during this venting period, it's -2 on dexterity. If you just want to grab onto something, which you did, it's -1 on force.
Okay. And are there any obvious, I don't know, presumably there's no small space vessels, but are there any space suits or any kind of? I'm
As you
thinking about
might
any way you could
expect,
get
and I
out.
don't know whether you can particularly see this, but this bit here is the airlock, and you would expect to find spacesuits in here. And I don't know whether you can see into here, but there are 4 spacesuits illustrated.
Perfect. Okay.
You want to make that roll?
Okay, yeah, time's of the essence. I was going to go and help Karif with the controls, but I don't think I will. As I'm near the spacesuits, I'm going to let him handle that. And I'm going to attempt to go over to the airlock and get
Okay.
suited up, or however much of that I can do in a
Okay,
round.
so let's make that dexterity roll.
So that would
-2,
normally be 6. So it's -2, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing.
Do you want to pray
I think I
for a
better
lovely
have.
darkness point, or do you want to disappear out of the airlock?
I think I'll pray. Thanks all the same.
Or, you know, possibly both is an option.
Or possibly both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, come on. 1. Is 1 enough?
1 is enough. All you need is 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a pretty horrific journey to take a few steps over there. Remember, there's not much gravity down here, so you know, that's one of the reasons why you're finding it difficult to move against this force. But you slam yourself into the doors here, as opposed to just getting sucked out over there. So that's just one of your 3 actions.
Okay.
I will say, if you're here, you can potentially reserve your other 2 actions for helping Karif with the control panel, or you could open this airlock and start cycling that.
Even between us, we haven't got much technology, so I'm wondering.
You
I
would
think,
give him an extra dice, which is
yeah,
double
it's
his
probably
technology.
worth it, isn't it? I reckon. Yeah, I'll do that. So I mean, I don't know whether I'm going to wait for his to go and help him, or whether I roll.
Okay,
either-
you can
either way.
reserve those rolls and
Yeah.
and help. He'll take those when he comes on.
Okay, cool.
So, Phil.
I'm thinking I only get to roll 3 dice to do anything agility based, and that's without modifiers. So I'm going to stay put. I'm presuming that Karif's first priority is going to be to close the breach doors. And by closing the breach doors, we can then stabilize this area.
Yeah.
And then we can suit up for a rescue mission. So I'm going to use my command unit to say to Karif, get the breach doors closed quickly.
You commanding him to do that?
Yes.
Okay. Roll your command.
I got 1 success. I'm going to give you a darkness point because, hey, it's the last
I'm gonna
session.
have so many darkness points. People who are playing in the next scenario are going to be.
So that's
absolutely
3 extra dice. 3 extra dice for Karif.
Right.
Ooh.
So, Karif, it's all on you. You've got 1 extra dice from
Ghazi.
from Neil's character,
Yeah.
whose name I've just forgotten.
Ghazi.
Ghazi, that's it. And 3 from the commanding voice that comes over the.
Yes.
Do I still have any actions left?
Yes, you
Yes,
do
yes.
actually. You've got that would have been a simple one. So you've got
Okay.
2 more. 2 points.
I'm going to command Oshian to hold his damn breath and not die. No, I'm thinking.
Actually, you know that what he's got to do is release his breath. If
I
he
know,
doesn't
I know.
hold his lungs.
Command
No,
him to
I'm
not
quite
hold my
happy to
breath.
command him to hold his breath. I think it'd be entertaining. No,
For whom?
I'm just trying to think what your cube might. Tony, did you have a plan for what your cube was going to do?
Not really. Basically, I'm not moving
think
because
so.
I've got no dexterity, so I'd be rolling 1 die. So if I move,
Sure.
I'm joining Oshian out the airlock. So whatever I do, I'm going to do it hanging on desperate where I am. These
Okay.
these drop pods that I'm next to, that are basically what I'm hanging on to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are they? So
Droppy?
these are they pressurized inside? Could I get in one?
Yes.
Because presumably they're sending these stasis beds out.
Well, so
but-
this is a stack of stasis beds.
Yeah.
They're taking the prisoners from there, putting them in here, sticking one of them in there. I was going to say you've experienced one of these, but you haven't, because that's a different character you've played. And then they firm out there and they land on the planet below.
Hmm.
But
So it is pressurized, but there's no way I could control it to go out and
Well,
use
you're-
it to.
you're a data gen, so let me just have a little bit of a think about that.
So I was toying between maybe suggesting that you could take an Overwatch position in case anyone comes in, but question about which way to do that. But Ghazi, you're planning on helping with the other thing, aren't you? So
Okay, it would take you a few minutes, and you need pilot skill to
Which
even
I'd-
get it on
Okay.
onto that ejection ramp.
I don't have pilot skills, so that's a non-starter then. In
well,
which
in that
case,
shall
your
I
your Overwatch idea is probably the best. Yeah, no, I think your Overwatch idea is probably the only real option.
Yeah.
Because let's say I'm
Okay.
not moving.
Yeah, so in that case, I'll say, okay, if you cover the guys, make sure that no one gets surprise attacked. So I mean, we've got a
Okay.
clear view of Karif and Ghazi trying to do their thing. That was
what are
2
you
successes.
using, Tony, to which I guess you're pointing your gun mostly at that door, but what sort of gun are you using?
It's a Vulcan pistol,
Okay, one-handed gun.
one-handed. Yeah, I'm
One
just
hand for
hanging
yourself,
on,
one hand for the ship.
hanging on with my other hand.
Okay.
And I
So
got
do you
2
want to
successes on
make
that.
another command roll? And
Yep, did 2 successes.
if I'm such a bastard that I send somebody in after you,
Shows how well
happen.
we're doing and how much you want
so
to
you've
kill
got
your
a
cohort.
bonus 2 on your first shot from the Overwatch.
Yeah.
But in anticipation of Oshian's survival, you might as well start burning some of those darkness points, because you don't want them next time, Matt.
Was that burning them to get rid of Oshian because you don't want Oshian next time?
No.
No, Oshian doesn't want a GM equipped with
Thousands
No,
of darkness
absolutely.
points
this points I have.
that you guys have spent in not even trying to rescue me.
It's the library
So
on
far.
Mirror all over again, Dave.
Pardon?
It's the library on Mirror all
I
over
know.
again.
And I've got 1 action
Um,
left. I don't think
It
I
is your
can't think of
turn, though,
anything to
Dave,
use, so.
and I am going to ask you to do some stuff.
Okay.
The first thing I want you to do is roll. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. You're getting some radiation here.
Okay.
So I want you to roll 1. You don't have any accumulated radiation points, do you?
No, got none so far.
Okay, then. Roll 1d6 and tell me what you get.
Okay. Can armor soak some of this? I got a 1.
You got a 1. That's fine.
Yeah,
But you put a check against your radiation point.
right. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I think the definition of the word "fine" for me in my current predicament is,
It means not immediately dead.
not
You've
instantly
got a few
dead.
seconds to live
Could
yet.
I also get you to roll another d6 and tell me whether the answer is odds or evens?
Okay, it is odds.
Odds.
Yeah, I rolled a 5.
You hit something solid outside the airlock here.
Can I grab it?
Well, we're going to make that roll in a moment. Just to tell you what it is. It's a very, very dark spaceship.
Okay.
But yeah, you are sliding over it. So I guess I'm going to get you to make a agility roll at -1.
Okay. Dexterity.
Dexterity, yeah.
So it's 3 dice. I get 1 success.
Okay. So you've grabbed hold of something.
Is it an airlock door?
No, I'm not going to be that generous.
It's an open airlock door.
It means that you're not spinning into space. Your next
okay.
round, I'll be asking you to make a force roll to hold on to it.
Okay.
Congratulations, you grabbed hold of an aubergine.
Yeah. It's a loo vent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it an exhaust port? That'll do. I'll climb in there.
I might make it the airlock door, and then you'll probably be dead, but for reasons that you might discover later on.
Okay. So,
Okay, so that's Dave's
Frying.
turn.
can I, as I'm grabbing hold of that, seeing, I guess that is just one action. Can I look around and see if there is something obviously? Can I spot an airlock door? Can you let me try that?
Yeah. Let me tell you a little bit about the shape of this ship. In the text, it's described as being very black. I'll just...
Is this Hot Black Desiato's ship?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. I'm going to stop sharing for a moment, and I'm just going to show you, because I didn't think it's that
blur.
ship there.
Okay.
Can't get the reflection off it.
No, don't worry.
Do you have the
Get-
PDF now?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, okay.
I do,
cool.
but I haven't opened it. So no, I'm not going to search around for it. Yes, it's that ship there. Let's go to speaker view for a moment. Let me just tell you a little bit about it. Okay, so you're looking around. It has I'm going to be generous and spend a darkness point. That's not good. And say that you are relatively close to the airlock.
I am relatively close.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we define relatively?
That I will let you make a dexterity roll next round to move to it.
Okay. Cool.
Assuming you live that long, of course.
It's only the first round. I'm not dead yet.
No, you're not dead yet. So, Tony, is it your turn? No,
Okay.
Nicholas. It's Nicholas's turn.
Yes.
Well, either one of us.
I suppose whoever's
Right.
agility is the highest, isn't it? I guess would go first, which mine is 3.
Okay. Right.
Not that I'm doing anything anyway, apart from hanging on and pointing my gun at the door
Yeah.
in case anyone comes through.
So it's Karif, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So Karif, Martyrs, Martyr, lead my way. Thank you for letting me suffer like this. And he tries to get that emergency door or whatever it's, if it's ED field or whatever it is.
Okay,
it's
so
a
this is a slow action, so it's all 3 rounds,
Right.
and it's at -1 on your technology. But you have,
Oh.
I think, +4, so you get +3.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's 7 dice.
It's good that all you guys are going to be safe. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased with that.
That's the main
So
thing.
that's 1 success.
It grinds, but it does start closing.
Can I point out to Kasim, Ghazi, and Karif that clearly the contract was enacted with me, and if I die, the contract dies with me, and they
Well,
won't get any more
As
money.
a player, you might be able to do that, but of course, as soon as you start doing that, your words go,
Yeah, I know, but just,
and your
you
mouth
know.
gets horribly dry.
Yeah, but we can't actually save you if we're all dead.
I know.
Yes, I mean, These guys can't even move until these doors are closed.
No, that's fair.
So yeah, over the course of this round, these massive sort of blast shutters come winding down. It's been so, this part of the station hasn't been maintained for years, so bits of iron oxide come flaking off and grinding out there. You wonder whether they're going to close at all, but they do. So Tony, you just watch this out of the corner of your eye, but by the time they are shut, Neil, you've also got the airlock door on this. Oh no, you haven't. You spent your time.
Yeah, I was helping Karif.
do that. Yes, so you look up and see that they are closing, and you can concentrate on the airlock if you desire.
Absolutely. Yes, I want to get in there and get suited up as quickly as possible.
Okay. How long does it take to get into a spacesuit? I'm going to get you to make a dexterity roll to do that.
Okay.
I think these are like the Iron Man. They just go.
Yes.
And you're
Yeah,
in.
no, they're not.
Do you want to
Just
hold your
straight
action until
roll,
I've
yeah?
told you to put your spacesuit on?
Is this kindergarten Coriolis? You have to tell us everything that we do.
Well, you know, you want
no,
something done properly.
2 successes.
Awesome.
2 successes. Okay. So yeah, you do manage to put it on properly in double quick time. And I guess next time you can cycle the airlock and get out.
Okay. Cool.
Phil, the rush of air is stopping you. Is freeing your movement now.
Right.
So you can actually do something if you so desire.
Okay. I'll suggest that Karif goes with Ghazi to suit up and try and do a rescue operation, in the hope that will help him to get ready quickly. But I 1 success, so I'll give you an extra point for your dexterity there, Karif. And I think I will take an overwatch position over the door.
Well.
Yes, or possibly instead. I don't know what your cube's going to do. But
Okay,
I'm not sure there's much else I can do that would really be helpful here.
Well, there are a number
I'm
of
not overly
prisoners
dexterous.
that Neil was beginning to talk to, who are probably panicking. Actually, I should make Phil, while it's your turn,
Yeah.
can you make some rolls for me?
Yep.
Let's just see whether anybody else went flying out at the same time as Dave.
Bad luck, Phil. Actually, you're out there as well.
They will follow direct orders as long as it doesn't require strength or willpower.
Prisoners.
Can you roll a d6 for me?
3.
3. 2 children, 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, didn't manage to hold on, and they floated out with Dave.
Okay. Who?
But
What's left?
There are a middle-aged woman, a young woman, and a middle-aged man. The middle-aged man is a stevedore and knows what to do in this situation.
Okay. Having seen that, I'll also say to Ghazi, keep your eyes open for any kids out there, and try not to do anything inappropriate. No, and no, don't make Oshian your only priority. So basically, trying to give you an extra. Sorry, you can't hear it anyway. There's no sound in space.
Right. Do you want to make another command roll and see whether you give him any?
Just a bonus to it if he spots him. There's an extra die for you if you decide to save any kids if you see them.
Okay.
Which depends on how well Karif does it. Other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Dave, no, that's Neil and Phil done. Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah,
you,
and I'll
Dave.
come over to where the kids are basically.
Okay.
You know
Hang on,
the
they're in
cages.
space, aren't they?
Yeah, not the kids, the cages. I got confused. Leave me alone.
Okay, I don't know the rescue is coming, and I suspect that everyone thinks that I'm just dead. So I'm going to try and get to that airlock.
Okay.
I have no choice but to try.
I think that's a tough dexterity roll, but you haven't got the air gashing around, but you are operating in space. It's both, I guess, boiling hot and freezing cold. I don't know quite how this works. And you don't have mag boots or anything like that. So I'm going to give you -1 on your dexterity.
Oh, okay, I thought it was going to be worse than that. Okay, so that gives me 3 dice. Take a darkness point.
Okay.
Nope.
This karma's going to come back to your character later on.
Okay. I got no successes.
No
I got 2
successes.
2s and a 1 on my second roll. Nope.
Right. Yeah, so you can't get there. It's just too difficult in this cold and a freezing time. Nicholas.
So I suit up as fast as I can,
Okay, make a dexterity roll.
and with the 1+ from
1 success.
the combat.
Oh
the
no,
command.
no,
No,
with the 1
Yeah.
bonus, yeah.
Yeah. That's 1 success.
Just 1.
Yeah.
That will delay the cycling of the airlock.
Okay, have another darkness point then.
Eating these.
2 more, so 3 in all.
3. Okay, that doesn't delay. It was worth that darkness point. Okay, so you're kicking off. I'm assuming you two are the only guys going outside. You are pressing the.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah.
You want to
Well,
make a roll?
no, I think they might get there first, but I'm going to run for the airlock. I want to go out as well because my partner's out there,
Right.
and some kids as well. So I'm not thinking. Well, actually, I'm going out as well if I can. So
Probably a good move.
So okay, but as you get there, Karif, because he got 3, he slams the cycle button and the door's shut on
So
you.
were these suits actually in the airlock
So if
rather
we
than
go
like
back
an
to the map-
antechamber that I could be putting it on while the airlock is cycling?
Let's
think
have a
there is
quick
a door
look,
in the middle.
actually. Let's,
Yeah, I think there is.
There's a door between them.
But surely you'd have the
Hold on,
suits
wait.
outside the airlock, wouldn't you?
And we've lost Dave, so
Unity.
I guess that's
I know.
determinism, isn't it?
where did the photo? There we go.
Zoom's trying to tell us something.
So yes, actually,
yeah.
the other 2 have gone in here. You can get in there and start putting a suit on.
So I'm going to start trying to put a suit on. I suspect I'm not very good at it, but I'm going to try anyway.
Okay. Do you want to make a dex roll for that?
I suppose I better add to the darkness point pool.
Okay.
I get 1 success.
Okay. So it takes you a deal of time. That
Yeah.
that airlock will have cycled. Round 3, I believe, and Neil.
So is the outer airlock door opening?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I see any sign of Oshian?
Yeah, so out in space, kind of not directly locked onto this airlock, but sort of, if you like, in geostationary orbit by it, you can now see this big dark shape that blocks out some of the stars you might otherwise expect to see. It's not far away, and you can see that there is a unprotected, fragile, quite ill-looking body clinging on for dear life.
I'm not a body yet.
Well, yeah, but you're not moving much, are you? Because you just failed your dexterity.
Yeah.
Do our would our communicators work? Could we communicate with?
You can communicate to him.
Yeah, but he can't.
He can't talk to you.
Should have thought of that earlier, really. So I'll say,
Your man Phil did. Your man's been giving him useful advice.
oh yes, he did, didn't he? That's right. That's right.
And I will say, you can see, since he did give you an instruction to look after the kids, they weren't so lucky, and they are spinning off into space.
Okay. So I'm gonna send a message on the communicator to Oshian, just saying, me and Karif are on our way. Hang tight. And I'm gonna. How does one propel oneself in space in an exo?
Well, more importantly, how does one then get back?
Yeah, this is
Have
what I'm
you-
wondering.
You might need a tether.
Yeah, do they have tethers?
Yeah.
You can
Not
attach?
yet.
Yes, they would be. I'm sure these exos would be equipped with that sort of thing. Let me just make sure whether I'm missing anything in what the exos actually have. A quick look. That's a spacewalk to get into the place.
Whilst you're doing that, Oshian is taking in the wonderful view from the southern end of Coriolis just before, seeing it might be the last 10 seconds he has alive. Might as well enjoy it.
Okay.
Did you guys bring another spacesuit?
Of course.
That's a given, isn't it?
No, they just like grab you and get you back in the airlock.
Maybe,
rather than
maybe,
that's pretty
yeah,
quicker than getting
Possibly.
suiting you up in space.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Probably.
maybe.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of exaggerating time here. The airlock does take and I quote, a few minutes to cycle.
Minutes. Oh gosh. Okay.
So
Matthew, how many is a few specifically?
well, I don't know. It just says
Seeing-
few.
Seeing that's a relevant statistic.
Should we
for
roll
me
a
right now.
d6? What do you think? Should we roll a d6 -1, Dave?
-1 Dave, yeah.
Neil, would you like to roll a d6? Take one off the score and tell me what you got.
Not really, but I will.
Come on, Dive Master.
So I rolled a 5.
Oh,
Probably not great.
Do I need to
Okay.
stop my video so my facial reactions don't show how much I like that or not?
So 4 minutes it takes for the air to be pumped out. I will then we'll drop the rounds.
Can you do an emergency evacuation of the
Urge.
airlock just to
yeah.
blat it open without cycling the air in it?
Ooh, I don't know whether you could. Okay, it's taking that amount of time. Let's give one of you in the airlock the opportunity to make a technology roll just to override the air cycling, lose a bunch of air, and get out there.
Okay.
On
Goes for
Tony's
it.
We've got the
advice.
same, I think. How many have you got?
7.
You got 7 for technology.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, so
great. In that case, crack
technology.
on.
Shit. No. Oh, sorry. Wishful thinking.
I thought you had 4.
Yeah, 4.
Ah,
So go ahead.
yeah. So,
Oh, well, but I help you. So you have 5.
yeah. Okay. That's 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay. For 2 successes, that's you know, a good success. The doors open. You don't go ejected out with the air. You cleverly held on. You didn't take another suit with you, though, did you? Right?
No.
Okay.
I think you're right, though. I think it would be quite difficult to, you know,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
I
thinking
think
just get out, grab it,
Yeah.
and bring it back.
Go on, get a suit
Well, I was
on, mate. Get a suit on.
These
Yeah,
surely,
here's your suit. Put this on. I'm off to rescue these kids.
Yeah.
these surely must have these, like an octopus when you do scuba diving, the extra mouthpiece.
Oh,
The oxygen.
yeah, I guess they probably have.
Not sure how that much helps if you're like in a
In
vacuum.
the vacuum, no.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
But it just kills me more quickly taking a lungful of air, doesn't it? I think.
I'm just going to say about these suits. Is there anything? No, it doesn't particularly talk about the suits in general. But I'm going to say they're obviously maneuvering suits. Do any of you have pilot?
No.
Okay, then it would be dexterity to move.
That might be
across.
better, though. Actually, that might be better. When it's my turn again, I'm going to have another go to try and get towards that airlock. Or can I push myself in their direction?
Having now seen it open, you may be able to push yourself in their direction.
Okay.
Don't think you can make the airlock though. You've given it your best shot.
Okay.
What distance from the airlock is this ship that Dave's hanging on to?
It's meters distant. It's not far.
So was there some kind of tether? Did we establish, or are the suits more maneuverable?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that there's the suits have got a little sort of a cable and hook on, and there's tethers just on the other side of the airlock. So you're not going to go spinning off into space as long as you do it properly.
Of course. So, well, that's the plan then.
That's it.
Tether up,
Yeah.
get over to Oshian and get back
Okay,
again.
so you spent 2 rounds on, or two actions on cycling the airlock over fast. I think you can tether up, and that's about all you can do this time.
Okay.
Karif, you can tether up and go if you want.
Then
So
I
make
do
a
that.
dexterity roll.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say you leap in space and then move incredibly slowly the way they do towards Dave. And again, you've done it. It's a perfectly good success, 2 successes. So you just touch the ship and Dave at the same time. You feel it's really weird touching an unexosuited body at this time. But
You think it's weird. What do you think?
But something tells you he may still be alive.
Right.
He's got quite a lot of bruising over his body, particularly on one shin, as his blood has
Boiling.
been boiling away. That's it, isn't it? That's your 3 actions this round.
Am
I
I-
did say we're going to stop this, but oh no, we cycled the breath. So Phil, we missed you out.
Right, I was going to So has Kerif been yet?
Sorry?
Kerif's not been. Kerif, have you already been?
He's gone, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I-
Yeah, we just fell out of order. I'm not sure what to do actually, because your cube's not going to be able to get into that airlock for another 10 rounds or something. If I do a command, will that carry over to the next round? If I'm at the bottom of the initiative, effectively.
Yes, I think so. It carries over to the action that you asked them to do,
Yes.
as long as they don't do something else instead.
Yeah, I mean yeah. Okay, so I'm going to treat it as if I'm at the bottom of the initiative, and I'm quite happy to stay there if it just makes it all easier.
Okay.
And I'll say, Kerif, pull Ghazi back into the airlock through the tether.
Okay, so what we're going to say is you're going to swap with Kerif for a start. So Kerif, you're now on 6s if it matters.
Yeah, that's the
And
easiest way to do it.
yeah. And do you want to tell Yakub anything?
Yeah, I guess at this point it's going to be a case of being ready to recycle the airlock as soon as they're both in. Because by the time, I know Jakub's already started trying to suit up, but with how slow that airlock was,
Yes, it's
that's
going
probably
to
the best
be,
way to go, isn't it?
if it takes 4 minutes, it's going to take at least 2 minutes
Yeah.
to come back.
Yeah. So what I'll do then is I'll command Kerif to help Ghazi get back in with Oshian. That's my first thing. Have a darkness point.
Okay. Well,
That's
I've got
one
so many
success.
darkness points, they're coming out my darkness point tray.
So that's one success for one dice to help there. And then recommend that Yakub gets ready to try and cycle that airlock so that Ghazi and Kerif can focus on whatever they need to do to get in.
Have you got a technology roll, Yakub?
I don't. Does it mean I can't work the airlock at all because I haven't got technology?
No, I
skill?
would have thought. I would have thought you can. Yeah.
Like, so I'm not trying to kind of hack it or do anything clever with it. I'm just trying to
press
press
the
the
damn
button that says cycle airlock.
Exactly. We can have an extra die for that. Extra die for that. And then what I'm actually going to do with my third action is I'm going to effectively, as a role play, because I don't think I need to do any sort of action for it, I'm going to get the med kit ready.
Okay.
I love your optimism, Phil.
Well, you know, I haven't been paid yet.
Right. Where are we at? Nicholas has been.
Am I out of it now then? No?
I think you're out of it now,
Yeah,
aren't you?
okay.
Yeah. So Tony.
Okay, obviously I've heard what's going on, so I'm
Yeah.
going to abandon trying to put the suit on, however far I've got with it, and I'm going to stand by the cycle airlock button ready to press it the minute they're in the airlock.
Okay.
So effectively, I'm going to go on Overwatch, looking through the airlock window. As soon as they're in, I'm pressing the close airlock door and cycle airlock button.
Okay. Back to you, Neil.
Well, I think I'm probably going to do much the same, really, but inside the
I'll give you an option. With
Oh, go
your
on then.
technology roll, it's going to take a couple of minutes at least for this to come up to pressure. At the risk of dealing Dave a critical injury, you could just open the inner door once the outer door is closed and let the air rush in
okay.
and pressure normalize. That would take a technology roll and I'd deal Dave a critical injury.
Oh, it's so slow that if I don't, he might just die anyway. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. Surely you will.
Maybe
Surely you
dead.
can't be exposed to space for, what would it be, 4 minutes or something like that and survive.
Yeah, I think there's every chance if he's exposed to space for 4 minutes, he'll be dead.
I think I've got to do that then. Yeah, okay. So that's technology.
Okay, make a technology roll. You may fail it.
Okay.
And this is to
So glad I
override
took
the-
technology. I did not fail. I got 2 successes.
Excellent. So, Tony, as you're ready to press the button, you press the button and the door suddenly opens, throwing you in with the other guys in their spacesuits and also with an airlock's worth of air pumping in. So that's a rapid recompression. Dave, you're unconscious at this moment, but can you make a D66 and tell me what you get?
This is a critical injury, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know whether.
Sorry.
I think if you want to be consoled, I would have died if you'd waited for the cycling. I would have died before it had finished. Okay, which yellow or black first, guys?
Oh, I'm not sure I can make that call. Too big a responsibility.
You need a dice cam now.
Go on, Neil. You call. Which die first?
Oh, all right. Yellow first.
Yellow first.
That's what I would have said.
Okay, 51.
Oh.
Ooh.
I do have 9 lives talent.
Ah.
Ooh.
And that turns it to a 15.
So I think I'll
that's
turn
not
that
bad,
to a 15, yeah.
Okay. Is that a darkness point talent?
I'll just check.
I would have thought it should
I'll
be.
check.
Yeah. Nah. No, it's the opposite of executioner, and that's not a darkness point.
No, you're right. It isn't. It's not a. It's
it
not
a-
a. What's it talent?
Icon
Yeah.
talent.
No, it's normal. Yeah.
Okay. So with the rush of air, the body which you'd only just sort of dragged in gets slammed against the other just closed doors. With such a sound, you fear you've broken his spine, but actually he's only got concussion on top of everything else. I
You're
think
welcome.
there's still a chance he's going to die, even though there's action there, unless somebody can make a Medicurgy roll.
I'll make a Medicurgy roll.
Yeah. go
Kasim,
for
did
it.
you say you had a med kit?
I do have a med kit.
Do you want to get it in here quick?
So do I die if he fails this roll then, Matt?
What's your how many die do you get? How many dice do you get for
I get
Medicare?
6 dice of
Let me
Medicare.
Okay.
just have a
Do
quick
you want me
look
to
at
tell you
the,
to do really well?
Yeah, that would probably help.
rules.
Okay. Hey, Yaku, I think you're better at this than I am. That was 2 successes, by the way.
So does it mean I get 2 bonus dice?
If the GM doesn't mind.
First aid is a slow action and requires successful Medicurgy roll. Yeah, so this is in this last minute that you have. He's got to do this.
Because I've been exposed to vacuum for effectively 3 minutes or something.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was readying the med kit whilst all that was going on, and I've run in with the med kit and basically thrown it at Yakub and said, "I'm sure you're better at this than I am."
Is that counting as a command roll?
Yes, and I did roll with 2 successes.
Okay.
And what bonus does the med kit give me?
Extra cheese on your
The
fries.
medkit is a +3 bonus.
+3.
Really?
Plus
Page
two.
112.
Lab, sorry,
Nice.
I was
+2.
saying,
+2.
That's right.
Okay,
Nearly
so that
same
means
as
I have 10 dice.
oh, this is a walk in the park then.
What
Yeah,
could possibly go wrong? We've never rolled 10
Famous
dice.
last words.
No successes.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. 10 dice to save Oshian's life.
Don't fuck it up, Tone.
Okay, have a darkness point, Matt.
10 dice and a darkness point.
It's 10 dice again.
This is exactly what Neil and I had like the last 2 games.
Okay, 4 successes.
Oh,
Four
okay.
Oh no, 5 successes.
5
successes.
Does that mean you can like deal extra healing?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm back,
like
I'm
with
back.
extra damage?
I'm up on 4 points, aren't I? Hooray!
I was just building the dramatic tension by getting those successes first time.
I
Basically,
think
that
we
was a-
may say that when you recover, you're at 4 points of 4 hit points, Dave.
Okay.
But I think you're going to take a bit of time to come round.
I suspect so, yeah.
But you are not going to die.
There was
I
a
give him an unfortunate psychological condition as a result of the concussion.
No,
Which-
it comes with -1 on all his skills for the rest of the scenario. But
No, like sudden spoonerisms or something.
it suddenly makes me very, very miserly and unlikely to pay things that I'm not
People that saved your
Right,
life.
chuck him out again.
paying.
Only because of my med kit that you survived.
yeah, the damage to his throat has given him not just a duck-like accident, but a Scottish accent as well. He's become Scrooge McDuck.
My hands have become so I just can't open them anymore. They're frozen shut. I did like your roll though, Tone, just made me think of like there was a ding, and then like
Exactly.
the paddles.
So it's just building up the dramatic tension.
Right. So while Dave recovers, is there anything else you want to do in this space?
Look for clues, Tone.
Let us just remind you where you are. So, Dave, did you actually want to take that new character you rolled? Are you a bit gutted that you've survived?
I'm a little bit gutted because I really like the new character. There's a really nice moment that we'd worked out to introduce the character. But no, I'm quite happy that Oshian's still alive. But
We
can arrange
you
for him
never
to
know.
Could have let you die if you'd want. If you'd let us know, we'd let you die. Oh,
I did think I was dead. And there was a moment there where it was sort of 4 minutes. I texted Matt and said, I'm dead. Because we'd worked out beforehand I was going to last 3 minutes and 4 rounds. Then I was dead.
I do have 24 darkness points.
yeah, we
We're
did
dead.
give Matthew
We're-
quite a lot of
We're
darkness.
all dead then, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, here we are. There's 3 of these still surviving. There's your friend Ow creeping out from a small cupboard that was in here, which
She was a lot of use. Really,
when,
really helpful.
when the air went in. There's this, which Tony, you were going to do a data gin on.
I was some time ago. Yes, feels a long time ago now. So I will still do it. If someone want to go and have a chat with the surviving prisoners to see if they have anything they can tell us, I will go and do a data gin on these drop pods to try and work out where they're going, I guess.
Okay. I can't remember where they told me that thing. Give me a moment. I read it last week. Okay. Make a data gin roll then.
No successes. I'm not giving you another dark point now.
Okay. So, is anybody here a pilot?
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
But I guess I'm not well, am I?
You're
So
not
I'm
compass
out of
mentis
it.
enough to
No.
do this one. Well, I don't know. Tell you what, this is a thing that you noticed earlier. Roll pilot for me,
Me?
unmodified.
Okay, I'm not a very good pilot, mind. No successes.
Okay.
Do I want to push that? It's
No,
Yakub.
you don't. I don't think it's. I don't
Yeah,
think
okay.
it's particularly worth it.
Right. Okay.
Uh,
The icon has just spoken to me. I shan't bother praying to him for this one.
Okay. There was so in terms of people to talk to, you've now got 3 adults who are still there, and I think you got one guy that you hadn't killed from among the martyrs. Can somebody confirm
Guy
that?
that we killed.
Yeah, you killed most of them, but there was one guy
No, but not all of them.
you'd kind of
Keep one
held
alive.
prisoner or knocked out or something. And
Yeah.
but if you don't remember that, I'll not let you have it. Okay. Right. So who's talking to the 3 adults then?
I think if I were
Can do.
to go and talk to them, I'd probably be a bit threatening. So it's probably best if I
Yakub, you
don't.
shouldn't you? Because you're the one
Yes.
running the investigation.
Assassin.
Who's got good empathy?
Yeah, you're probably the more personable of us, Yakub, I should have thought.
Yeah, I don't have that much empathy, but 4 dice.
You keep going and talk to them.
Okay, so whatever you say.
Fine. You're not having any extra dice for it.
Okay.
I don't think Matthew needs any more.
No.
Okay, so what you can work out from these guys is they are not all mystics. One of the women who is an Arash dealer, she claims that she's had powers and was kidnapped, and she talks about the guard, Coriolis guard Tony, in the way that other mystics that you've spoken to in previous adventures had talked about them, suddenly arresting her and cutting her off and bringing her down here. But the other 2, they just got kidnapped and dragged down here. One of them turns out to be a student from Alarm's Courtesan Academy here on the ship. They're all very weak. They'll answer the questions in a terrible way, but they kind of regard themselves as being sacrifices in the way that the the way that the strike team here told them about. I'm going to spend a darkness point though. The one who just admitted to being a mystic, suddenly then starts speaking in Miri. Does anybody want to make a culture roll to see if they understand Miri?
Yeah, I will.
I'm going to spend a darkness point. Who's got their YouTube on? I heard my own voice coming back out of the telly.
I heard it as well.
Me too.
Me too.
I didn't.
Must
Blame
be
Neil.
Neil's fault. then.
Must be.
Okay, who's making that culture roll?
Well, I guess I will because I'm standing to talk to them. I've got some culture. I had 3 successes on my culture roll.
Right. Okay. So she speaks in Miri, but you understand what she's saying. She says, "As flesh is frozen in time's embrace, the cage is broken by the nightingale. The sound of her wings is a gift to all, but those who perished without names. The song will lead you to the truth as the butterfly shadows the horizon. A sigh for my brothers and sisters. In the waves between the stars, we are one."
Yeah, that makes sense to anyone?
And she says she doesn't know where that came from. It wasn't hers. But she senses it's been in here, inside her, since just before you attacked.
And this is the one that's claiming to be a mystic.
Yeah. She's also an Arash dealer. You've worked that out. So I don't know whether it means that it's just some drug-fueled hallucination. Right.
At some point, Karif he walks over to the officer woman and examines her body if there's anything of interest there, and then if she's got any type of insignia in her.
Okay.
He rips that off.
She has on her body a set of prayer beads in the shape of tiny skulls made from different kinds of wood, stone, and metal. You know this as a Zolossian. You know that this particular necklace is made as a reminder of death, keeping the devout aware that everything, no matter how solid and eternal it may appear, will one day crumble and disappear. She also has a meteoric iron pendant shaped like a serpent eating itself, the circle. I think I mentioned she had a tattoo of the same thing.
That rings a bell.
And you feel it's blessed. It's a blessed talisman. I think you'd already discovered the prayer book, hadn't you? In the
yes, we
in the
had
temple?
discovered the prayer book in the temple.
She also has a dagger with, again, Zolossian writing that you can read, Karif, which says "Righteous Leveler."
Is that it?
Neil, you'll notice that the spaceship outside is actually woven into the prayer rugs, or one of the prayer rugs in the in the temple.
Okay. I point that out to everyone. Is it doing anything? Can we see the spaceship? Is it doing anything?
Sorry, the spaceship is just there.
It's just
yes.
just sat there. Okay.
Yeah. Karif, I think you realise that these rugs are made potentially on Zalos B.
Right. So I hand over what I have found, except the knife, and I hand those over to Yakub, and then I take the knife, and I actually cut out the tattoo she's got, and pocket that.
Okay, you pocket that and you keep the knife.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Right, so we have a few minutes left. Is that everything we're doing down here?
I think I might just have a quick kind of stock check of the fallen soldiers and see if there's any kind of military equipment that's worth taking.
Yes, I'm sure there is. Let me tell you a little bit about what they had. They had Vulcan carbines with homing ammo. They had concussion grenades.
Definitely take a couple more of those. I'll certainly take one carbine, restock my concussion grenades because I used one and
Yeah,
I
I'll
gave one
take
out.
I'll take a Vulcan carbine as well.
Take the homing ammo as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
please. And some for me.
You really want them to
and,
die?
Sharif, of course, you also had sacrificial pistol, which I have no idea what a sacrificial pistol is, but it's in her equipment list.
It sounds like the sort of
I
thing
can
an
take that.
assassin would use, isn't it? You make a sacrifice of the.
I'll take that.
Okay. I think that's about it, and their equipment.
Yep. Cool.
Sorry for missing a moment there, but did we find any leads particularly?
The rug.
Not particularly. You haven't worked out where. You know these drop pods are being sent down to Zalos, but you haven't managed to
To
work out
Zalos?
exactly where.
Down to Kua, surely.
Am I in any state to have a look at one of these with technology?
Okay. Well, given the time, they're waiting for you to recover. Maybe you do, but you are still concussed, so that will be at -1, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Or pilot would do you possibly better.
No, it wouldn't.
Okay.
But a -1, so I get 5 for technology. Does anybody want to help me?
I can tell you
yeah.
what
For
to do.
technology, I
Technology,
can't. I'd
yeah.
love to, but I can't.
I can.
Technology, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take an extra die of help.
That's 2 extra dice.
2.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. I get with that 1 success.
One success.
I'm not going to push that. I don't think. Or is this the clue to the next part of finding Noah? So should I push it, Tone? What do you think?
The landing coordinates for those pods.
Might be worth it. I mean, Matthew's
Alright.
got so many darkness points already.
It makes no difference, though, does
To be
it?
honest, at this
We're dead
stage.
whenever he starts spending them. So Matt, I am going to push that. So have another darkness
Okay.
point. And I gain 1 extra success. So I got 2 successes.
Let me just see whether there's okay, does anybody have a science skill?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I mean,
So what Dave can work out with the technology roll is kind of flight path of the
Drop
ship.
pods.
How many successes did you get, Dave?
2.
2, yeah. So you get pretty accurate flight path, but you need a scientist working with the orbit and stuff like that to work out exactly where on Kua's landmass it is.
Over to
Does that mean
Gazi.
you're asking me to roll?
Yeah.
Do we not just all pile into drop pods and press go and then
Well,
see
that
where
is
we
an
land?
option.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a little bit of time to get over my small ordeal.
I wouldn't necessarily want to dive into a thing I didn't know.
No, exactly. They might just be burning up in the atmosphere. That might be the
Yeah,
sacrifice.
Yeah, the
And-
Well, we know
sacrifice
you don't love your character. We're just going to put you on the front.
Yeah, there's no room for you actually in the
New
drop pod.
character.
I failed, I'm afraid. Would you like me to push it?
Push it.
Yeah,
Check
I
good.
think so.
Yeah, push
I
it.
think we need something, don't we? I still failed, I'm afraid.
Fuck it. I'm taking the
Yeah.
darkness point and telling you anyway.
Yeah, if only I told him what to do.
If only I'd put the right clues in at the right moment, says the GM.
Okay. So you have pinpointed a location, a dense jungle canyon on the Verkana Ridge, situated in Kura's southern hemisphere.
Do we know anything about this location?
How far is it from the monolith?
I'd have to look at the map, but some distance.
Do I know?
So, as I come from Kura, so if there's someone I would have heard of, will know about anything about it.
It doesn't. It's dense jungle. You've heard of it like you've heard of the Amazon. It's somewhere in the Amazon.
And we kind of know where it is because I'm from Kura as well, but we've never been there.
Yeah, you know exactly where it is, but you don't know of any city or anything.
And sort of cartography of it.
Okay, back home then. Google Maps then, guys.
Google Maps.
Google Maps.
So, how many days do you think it's been since we started this adventure, Dave, Tony? Since you keep such good track of time.
We used to try, but then we just gave up because obviously the gym wasn't bothering. So
Yeah. Well, the GM had no clue, frankly. I think is what it was.
I don't know, because we've had some little gaps, haven't we? But it's probably no more than a week or two, is it? I would have thought.
Yeah, I think maybe a week, maybe.
Week. Yeah, week is 9 days in Coriolis time.
Sounds
I
about
know
right.
this because I'm working on a Coriolis calendar.
Yeah,
In
so I
fact,
was
I think a
listening
week
to the.
might be called a Nirvana, not Nirvana, but there's some words of anyway. That's by the by. So as you make your way up, guided by Owl, up from these lower depths of the basements to the top, and you're coming into civilization, you're realizing that you are arriving back in the civilized parts of Coriolis just in time for the cyclade. If you had managed to rescue the emissary, you would have done it in time for the cyclade, like Judge Kurahan wanted. But yeah, there's celebration, an air of celebration. All the shops have got their cyclade decorations up. And unlike our world, they don't put them up in November. So they all come up for the cyclade. There is, you feel, a more religious feel to the whole thing than in cyclades past. It's like people are looking more to the icons this year because of all the stuff and the disappearance of the emissary. And the station is getting more crowded with more pilgrims who've been arriving in greater numbers for the last year or the last cycle since the emissary and the other since the messenger and the other emissaries arrived or were discovered and went about. Judge Kurahan takes your report and gives you necessary money. Do you take these guys with you?
No. Well, they can come with us, but you then wait outside of the important. You're employees, guys. You know, employees don't go to board meetings, do they? So. Oh, by the way, I do appreciate the fact that you saved my life, guys. So.
It was an afterthought, you know. It's kind of thanks very much.
Have a small bonus on top of your 4,000. Okay, so what do you tell Judge Kurahan? everything you've learned?
Yeah, I think so. It's probably not sure we've learned that much really yet, have we? Apart from this possible location where they're sending these sacrifices,
Well,
which
and
may be where the emissary's gone.
Well, and it's clear that Zalos has a hand in the emissary's abduction.
Right, that she's very pleased about. She tells you she will write up this report and present it to the Coriolis Guard. She will also make sure it's leaked so that people get to hear about it. But what she won't do is leak or indeed tell the guard about what you found out about the location on Kua. She'll give you an opportunity to continue the hunt there in person if you so desire, and there will be more money for this.
We probably do so desire in that case. We'll do anyway, obviously.
But you want to find Noah, don't you?
Yeah.
She will also, through the judicator Akuba, stall the official investigation for as long as she can before revealing the coordinates of the landing site, only if strictly necessary. You're sensing that she's not doing this for entirely altruistic purposes. She's rather enjoying being the center of attention, being the person, you know, that discovered all this stuff.
Mhm.
So she's not making you the heroes. She's making her network, as it were, the heroes.
As long as she makes us reasonably wealthy parts of that network, then that's fine.
Okay. So all this hits the bulletin, and there's more mob violence occurring.
Dave.
The guard once again are reluctantly acting as human shields to protect the Order of the Pariah's embassy and the Spire residence of the ambassador, and of course the Samaritans' place. The Order makes an official statement denying having anything to do with abducting the emissary. They say nothing other than that. You, Karif, have nothing to do with the Zolosians anymore, do you?
No.
The Church of the Icons representative on the council, Wasima will issue a statement saying that the emissaries are recognized by the church as the envoys of the Icons, mankind's honored guests, and should not be harmed under any circumstances. And that's about it.
Cool.
How much?
Awesome.
How much did we get paid then at the end of that?
Oh, I can't remember the price I told you beforehand.
Tone, can you check your records, please?
£1 million.
Of grapes.
No, it wasn't that much because it came off the table in the back of the Atlas Compendium, which I have here, so I can probably work out what I'd charge when I'm done. I made you roll a bunch of D6. I think it was 3D6 you rolled.
It's the kind of figure I would normally have written down, so I'm not sure why I haven't written it anywhere.
I'm sure you wrote it down. I'm absolutely sure you did. And we recorded all these episodes, however, so we can go back and listen to it.
Yeah, let us know how much it was when you find out, Matt. Thanks.
Viewers, type in now.
Dave, do you want to roll a D66?
Yeah, it appears I didn't actually write down how much money she.
A D66 is high or low good on this occasion.
Just
I
roll
got-
a D66 for me.
42.
Can he
It's
use
a
his?
delayed reaction critical injury, Dave. No,
Is it?
42. Okay. Roll another 3d6 for me, Dave.
Okay. That's 7.
Total
Yeah.
3d6.
5 and 2 ones.
There's a 7,000 burr for you to
Each.
go down to Kur. No. That's it. Well, you and Dave.
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is Dave.
Me and Dave get 7,000. What about Tony and Tony? That's rubbish. I'm not doing it for 7,000. That's fucking pittance. I can't pay anything with that. That's outrage.
You don't have to. Because we just turned down the job.
7,000 is just rubbish.
Well, Karif declined the payment. It says killing that bastard was enough for me.
I'll let
Right,
this
so
share.
you
have-
took your share of the 2,000 beforehand.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is there's roughly oh God, where's my head going?
Was it 600?
7,000 each.
Thanks.
Bit less than 7,000. And
7,000 each.
700. No, what am I saying?
What the fuck are you
Another
talking
700
about?
burr.
7,000 each.
Yeah, that's what, you,
600 something.
that's what you promised to pay him, Dave.
Yeah.
No,
it wasn't.
4,000 between the two of them. They've each had 2,000 in advance.
So
Or they-
1,000 each. Then,
They
okay.
shared 2,000 in advance and they share the other 2,000 on return. But you're giving up your 700, right, Karif?
Yeah. Well,
Can
I
we-
can give up the 700 I got.
I'm going to give you a gift of something appropriate. That to thank you for saving my life.
Waffle maker.
What sort of gift is appropriate for saving his life?
I'm going to give him
A freezer.
you know, a nice little statue of the Lady of Tears, very nicely made by.
Generally thought you were going to say a nice little statue of Oshian. For the old Han Solo carbonite type thing.
A signed photo of me.
And one of your business cards.
Yeah, he gets a business card too. Yeah, of course.
So thank you very much, everybody, for playing, particularly our guest stars in this episode.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Cheers,
it's been
guys.
great.
Good
Yeah,
fun.
it's
Good
been
fun.
great-
Good fun.
Been great fun
Yes,
playing with you guys. Yeah.
Millie,
Pleasure.
Dave, Millie suggests that you give Karif one of your business cards.
Yeah. Too late.
Yeah, so thanks very much. We will, I guess, put another advert out. I'll read ahead and then for the next scenario, and I think we might be looking for archaeologists and stuff like that for the next time round. But I'll have another read of what's coming up, and we'll invite other patrons to create characters to join us. I think
Great fun.
maybe just a couple for the next time. I mean, it's been wonderful having all three of you there, but
It has been great fun. Yeah.
I think 4 players, from my experience, is about right for online games. It just kind of makes it go a little bit quicker, I think.
yeah, and I think so. And we had a bit of a discussion about how long combat took in the last session.
Yeah.
And I think that's not, it's not a fault of the system, which is well fast.
Yeah.
It's not a fault of any of you as players. Nobody was delaying their actions, but I think maybe one less might have sped things up a little
Yeah.
bit. Anyway,
Although I think 5 has been fine. But
Yeah,
five
so
has
it's
been
worked out
absolutely
well.
fine. And in fact, you might not have won the battle last time. So I'm entirely
No.
happy with the fact we chose
That's
5
true.
this time.
Yeah.
If one of those 5 had been poor old Neil, who did nothing other than get knocked down and get up again.
I got up and then attempted to hit someone.
As much as I kind of
Really?
didn't do a great job of
Yeah.
hitting people, I also haven't taken any damage. So
Ooh.
Although Ghazi was very good at being, you were cannon fodder, and then given the
Yes,
chance,
exactly.
Yeah.
Deflecting
you-
the attention.
and then given the chance, you stuff somebody in the back without giving them without any honor, which is fine.
Yeah.
Actually, I entirely approve of those tactics, frankly.
Right. I'm going to stop the live stream now. Say
Do we-
goodbye,
Do we
everybody.
get
Goodbye, everybody.
experience here? But